It's me again. So, I've been talking about how, well, how do I say it? So, the the devil is not some guy running around with horns and pitchfork. The devil is sin, and sin came in the world, and everything in the world is made of the world, and so sin is in our flesh. And this isn't just some weird idea I came up with. I formed it when reading the Bible. It's based on scriptures that I've read. Here in Romans 7, which is um, all about Paul and sin. 7:17 says, "For then it is no more I that do it, but the sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not." So he's saying he knows what he wants to do, but he's not able to do it because the sin that's dwelling in his flesh is taking him a different direction. That's why he tells us in Romans 12:2 to renew our mind. The beginning of Romans 7 is all about they were married. He was married to sin, but Jesus came and defeated sin, and so now that sin is dead, we can now be married to Christ. Because if we would have been married to Christ before sin was defeated, we would have been committing adultery. So, and that's just, anyways, that's just the technical terms. So, for when we were in the flesh, the motions of sin, which were by the law, did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death. So if you're following the law or trying to get your own righteousness, it tells us in Galatians 5:4 that justification by the law makes you fall from grace, and that falling from grace is going to lead to death. So I have a lot of sound going on. But now we've been delivered from the law, or the flesh, and that being dead when we were held, that we should serve the newness of the Spirit and not the oldness of the letter. So, if you're trying to follow the law of Moses or fight the devil or do any of those things the old-time religion does, that's old school. Because we're not supposed to follow the oldness of the letter, we're supposed to be led by the newness of the Spirit. So sin taking occasion by the commandment deceived me, and it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment is holy, and just and good. But sin, that it might appear sin, worketh death in me by that which is good. The sin by the commandment might be exceedingly sinful. So that's just saying that if you sow to the flesh, you're going to reap to the flesh. But if you sow to the Spirit, you're going to reap to the Spirit. So if you're trying to follow the Ten Commandments, that is sowing to the Spirit. That's how I think all these people, all these big religious preachers fall from grace because they get caught in adultery or whatever, because they're trying to do it in their own power. Falling from grace is actually being self-righteous, but how they get caught in sin is they just try to do it themselves, and so that's going to produce more sin, and so eventually they get caught. So be led by the Spirit. Don't try to follow the law of Moses. Now you can look at the Bible, and your actions should be reflected in what you see in the Bible, but you don't follow the law of Moses' righteousness. You follow the Spirit of God, because He's going to lead you into all truth and all understanding. So I talk about stuff like this in my book that I wrote. It was called Jesus the Orthodoxed, getting back to the heart of Christianity. I still need some money to get that published and edited and everything. So I have about 20% of the money that I need. And so if you'd like to donate to that, I will attach the PayPal tag, or my PayPal address, or if it's on Instagram, the link is in the bio. Anyways, I appreciate everybody who's already contributed and everybody who's going to contribute. Have a good day and be blessed.